Good afternoon, folks. This is GM Sam, Journey in Gaming, here with another update. I wanted to talk to you about more stuff, more of my loot, and something that came across the mail today. It got me pretty excited. I'll tell you about it when we get to that point. Please remember to like and subscribe and support the channel. So, Modifius had lost the license to Conan the RPG. And I mean, kind of sad because their products are really, really good. And at the Modifius booth at Origins, Zach Goins and his people were running the booth, and they had some sales. And I went ahead and picked up a couple things that I had not seen yet. So here we have Perilous Rooms and Forgotten Cities, Geomorphic Tiles, and then we have the Age of Conan book. Oops, sorry. And if you're able to see, they had this for $12. Retail, retail is, can't tell. I want to say about 30, 40, somewhere in there, but I was able to get that. This one was down to $10, and then these packs were down. So I'm going to pop this one open real quick. Grab this. These tiles are pretty nice, from what I was told, and I actually backed the original the Conan expansion Kickstarter for the board game. Minis are amazing. Unfortunately, I haven't painted them yet because wall of shame. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shelves of Song of Ice and Fire, which, by the way, I sold my Greyjoys because they were just probably not a faction that I'll ever play. I'm a collector and I like to have things, but I figured I'd give someone else in Germany the chance to play it. And he just got him today, so that's pretty happy. I'm pretty happy for him. I hope he has a good time. And then over there I have the Middle Earth Battle Game on 2 shelves, and then all my other minis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other shelves of gray matter that needs to be, along with all the other board games that we got to paint. But anyway, that's like Zombicide, Black Plague. That's a different conversation, right? We all have that problem. So anyway, ruined statue, the columns here, crossroads. Looks like, yeah, there's a sign there. Here's another statue, fallen statue. Going through here, looks like the inside of ruins. I guess the statue was up here, or it fell through the hole up above it. And this is underground. Here's another crossroads. So I guess you got that. That's pretty cool. Here's a piece of a fort. Another ruins. That's kind of cool. Oh, these are nice. They're thinner than boards that I've gotten, like the Dungeons and Dragons tiles from the editions that shall not be named, but those tiles were pretty thick. But these are thin. But even so, they're nice. Here's another corner of that ruins, and looks like that could be a cliff and a forest underneath down here. That's what it looks like on the picture. So you have the two, a bridge, I guess, that had fallen, and down is the forest that had overgrown the ruins. That's kind of nice. Inside of a tomb. This looks like another part of that fort. Here's another corner of the fort. Another gate. Oops, I didn't turn them over. I'm sorry. Yeah, the inside of that ruins. Another part of the fort gate. Looks like more ruins. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Old. So this is a wooden palace, wooden fort, stone fort. Okay, there's a wooden one. Here's the ruins. Oh, wow, that's kind of nice. That's amazing. That's actually really nice. I'm going to do a close-up of that. Check that out. That's kind of cool. Here's a bridge over a river. It's that fort. I guess that would be the moat, maybe. Another part of the stone fort. That kind of reminds me of a location in Diablo 3. Another part of the road. More ruins. Holy cow. And the shadowing is very, very nice. It's kind of cool. So you can, there's your dim light right there. Yep, there's your dim light. Okay. Another section of the wooden fort. More ruins. These sections are different. I wonder if there's a tile that goes there or something. More stone ruins. Stone ruins with a walkway leading up. I guess that's up a hill. Treasury. Yep. There's your treasury, folks. Get your coin. And there's another head fallen off of a statue. Inside of some kind of a chamber, maybe a ritual or a central chamber in a building. Another ruined. I guess this is the other part of that bridge, and there's those pieces there. I'm sorry, where it's up above, and then you have the overgrown forest down below. Camp inside the fort, maybe a merchant station, or just where the soldiers can get their supplies or their pay. More ruins. I like how that sticks out like that. So I guess you could fly up, jump over. Kind of cool. And those triangles. I want to figure out what that means. But here's another one. The tops. So I guess you have you could shoot from down there, or have some bad guy archers there. Wow, there's the inside of the stone fort. It's kind of a mess. But hey, Middle Ages, right? This, I'll show you this side first. This looks like a part of a gate with a tower, but then I guess you can make it so that it's standalone. So that's kind of cool. That's kind of nice. That's kind of nice. That's a little ritual thing. So that was a good buy. I'm happy with it because it's got multi-use outside of just Conan. So I'm pretty happy with that. This guy right here. What is this? This is the book. Age of Conan. So, all that artwork. Look at that artwork. Is that amazing or what? Macedon there, or you think? It looks like somebody in a. Is that a demon? Yeah, it looks like a demon. And then there's an undead guy right here. There's Conan and all the wizardry, and a Tuthamon, I guess, behind him. So you have strange and the familiar and the strange, the Age of Conan campaign, archetypes, mages, priests, rogues, soldiers, and talents, equipment, magic, encounters, Hyborian Age. So what is this? This is 2008. What? So this is based on the game that came out in 2008. I tried that. I betaed that, and it was okay, but there was so many problems, and nobody was used to instances at that time, like they do it now, and they were having problems trying to adjust to that. I at least that's the way I remember it. And the book, the game was popular for a minute, and then it just fell off. It was very brutal game, very bloody, from what I remember back in my Power Gamer days when I ran a website called UOPowerGamers.com based on Ultima Online. So this is the Age of Conan Sourcework brings the exciting, unique treatment of the Hyborian Age of Conan to the tabletop, offering alternative means of play, new character options, alternative versions of areas, and new regions and areas behind any Howard dreamed of. Set in the variant Hyborian world, the Age of Conan Sourcebook adds new thrills and twists to exciting Conan campaigns and new opportunities for advancement. With this volume, players can experience the secret wars, 12 new characters, add clans and companions, wield new weapons and armors from the game, including potions and unique relics, cast powerful new magic. So that's one thing I liked about Modiphius is that they took the board game and merged pieces of it into the role-playing game and vice versa. So you could do scenarios from each, which was really nice. They tied it all together. And I get this takes the Age of Conan, it says right there, which I don't know why I didn't think of it, maybe because it just didn't dawn on me, that you could use this from the game in your Conan game. So I like that. That's really nice. That's actually exciting. I'm pretty excited about that. One second, let me turn something off. because I did not do this earlier. You're supposed to do that kind of stuff before. Just something to remember. Where's my Discord? My Discord is going crazy. So I apologize. That's terrible. That's poor stream management. So that is what it is. Okay. So that's off. I shouldn't be beeping anymore. Okay. So, yeah, Age of Conan. Love it. And then you have the location cards, which that's pretty self-explanatory. Describes a single classic location. Then you have sorcery cards, which cover all you need to know: spells, rituals, artifact, talents. Encounter cards. Pull a card, run an encounter. Story cards. Game masters can use the plot elements, non-player characters, monsters, challenges, environments. So this creates hooks, different things. I love this stuff. I'm all about improv, but sometimes you need help, and this makes a lazy dungeon master better. So I tend to run my games very, very fluid because I have to adjust to the players because that's just the way it is. So sometimes I need a little bit of help, or I just want to be random. I pull an encounter card, boom, there it is. We're going to do that, and then I'll try to incorporate whether it's in that scene or the next scene, or I could actually say, hey, you know what? This happened yesterday, and you're just finding out about it today. So, things that are off to the side in the world and then it just broadens the world for the players. So there's that. All right, so that was pretty cool. Now, next thing. I got into the Kickstarter for Tales of the Valiant, and they released Packet 4, which is the small folk and kobold. So I'm going to read it to you. Unfortunately, I can't bring it up so you can look at it with me. But what they did was they released playtest Packet 4, which is amazing. I love the way they're doing this. They send you the documents, and I'm guessing that kobolds are a playable culture, which I think is great. Kobolds are cunning people with draconic features. Legends differ on the origin of kobolds, but many believe they were once full-size dragons transformed by the trickery of a jealous god. KG, strategic, and highly adaptive kobolds are found across the world. Just another sub of the dragons. Okay, kobold traits. Hereditary traits dictated by their lineage. Their age, their size, they're smaller than 3 feet. They reach elderly status around 80. They rarely live to be more than 100. So basically humans live a little bit less. But anyway, their speed is 30. They have dark vision, a dim light within 60 feet. That's pretty far. Tinker's fascination. Your innate fascination with how things work allow you to use tools with ease. Whenever you make an ability check with a tool, you can roll a d8 and add the result to the check. So basically, they got little bardic inspirations. That's kind of cool. Natural adaptation. You inherited one of the following unique traits determined by your size. Small but fierce. When a larger creature you see within 5 feet of you attacks you, you can use a reaction to attack the creature immediately after it's attacked. Okay, that's kind of cool. Imagine a small monk kobold. Oh man, and then he stuns you. That's amazing. Dragonkin, medium size. Your naturally thick hide and scales provide significant protection. You have a natural AC of 13 plus your dex. That's kind of cool. Additionally, you have resistance to one of the following types of damage: acid, cold, fire, lightning, or poison. You choose during character creation. That's cool. Small folk. So moving on from there. But back to the Dragonkin. I like this. Creates some options. Even if you're just making your typical bad guy dragonkin or kobolds, you can use this, and I kind of like that. A lot. It gives them flavor, and then you can even have the characters run into a village of dragonkin or kobolds, and there's just a whole bunch of different kinds. Instead of just being a bunch of rogues or little shamans, there's different kinds. You run into the anti-paladin kobold or the shadow monk kobold. Just kind of makes life difficult for players. But anyway, small folk. In other editions, they have a different name, like halflings or hobbits. So, diminutive humanoids who have relied on community and cleverness to survive a world of big threats. All small folk share a near supernatural affinity for the earth. I'm just going to go to the lineage traits. I'm sure another person is going to talk about this, but I just want to go straight to the traits. Small folk reach adulthood around 20 and typically live to be around 150. Okay. 50 and 1. Size. Small folk are really more than 3 feet tall and average about 40 pounds. Your size is small. Your base speed is 30. Grounded. Once per day, when you fail to save, you can reroll the die and use the new roll. Whoa. Regardless of whether or not the new roll is a success or failure, you generate a luck point. Holy cow. Oh my gosh. My mind just exploded with what you can do with this. You get a luck point if you fail. Okay. Small stature. You can move through the space of any creature that is medium or larger size. Additionally, you can attempt to hide when you're obscured by a creature of medium or larger size. I would use that for the kobolds too. Just because the small but fierce, small stature. Just to give them something extra. Anyway, natural adaptation. You inherited one of the following unique traits determined by whether your characteristics are gnomish or halfling. Gnomish. Your ancestors made their homes underground or in dark woodlands, providing you with dark vision. So this covers not just hobbits and halflings, but also gnomes. So my apologies. Your ancestors made their homes underground or in dark woodlands, providing you with dark vision. You have superior vision in naturally dark places. Naturally dark and dim conditions. You can see in dim light within 60 feet as if it were bright light, and in darkness as if it were dim light. Okay, you can't discern color in darkness. Okay, regular. Halfling. Your ancestors made their home on the surface, displaying outsized pluck to drive back hostile wildlife and monsters. You have advantage on saves against being frightened. Okay, pretty typical. Okay. Heritage options. Kobold, Supplicant, Warren, Smallfolk, Cottage, and Salvager. These are the recommended heritages. Cottage. You hail from a self-sufficient community of people whose lives revolve around working the land. Comforts of home. As part of a long rest, you can cook a meal. Okay. Tell stories, perform some other activity that comforts your allies. Choose a number of creatures who participate in the long rest to equal your PB. This can include you, proficiency bonus. Those creatures can temporary HP equal to twice your proficiency bonus. Not bad. The temporary hit points last until expended or until you complete your next long rest. So they have a mini feast. There you go. Homesteader. You have proficiency either the animal handling or nature skill. Okay. Languages, common, and additional language of your choice. Typical heritage characters choose halfling or gnomish. Okay. Salvager. And these are just, looks like this is just for small folk. These two, the cottage and the salvager. Salvager. You were raised with the skills and tenacity of making to do with what's at hand. You're crafty. You have proficiency with the tinker's tools and one artisan tools of your choice. Cook's utensils, potter's tools, or wood carver. Okay. Repurpose. You can create tiny non-magical items using materials from your surroundings. An item takes 1 minute to create and can be anything of 25 gold pieces or less. MacGyver. These guys are MacGyvers. When done, it must sit or float on a surface within 5 feet of you. This can be used to create ammunition, light sources, or procure this functional climber's kit. The item is obviously kit bashed and resale value is minimal. After one use, the item becomes non-functional. So, yeah, you can MacGyver stuff. That's actually pretty cool. Languages, typical scavenger heritage, chooses draconic or gnomish. Okay. Supplicant, and this is under kobolds. They were raised with the values and traditions of a community bound to serve a monstrous overlord. Scurry. As a bonus action, you can move up to 10 feet without provoking opportunity attacks. This movement does not trigger traps or hazards that you're aware of, even if they are armed. Supplicant. You have proficiency in either the insight or persuasion skill when a creature within 30 feet of you spends a doom point. Doom point. Okay. You have advantage on ability checks and saves until the beginning of your next turn. Okay, I'm going to have to figure out what the doom points are. You know common and additional languages. Usually it's draconic, giant, or deep speech. Okay. The Warren's heritage. And again, this is under the kobold culture. With this heritage, characters with this heritage are raised in subterranean tunnels or other tight spaces in tight-knit clans. Okay. Tinkerer. You have proficiency with tinker's tools and one artisan tools of your choice. Our alchemist supplies, carpenter's tools, glass blowing. Kind of cool. Trap maker. When you make a check to create, identify, or disarm a magical or non-magical object, trap, or device where you have a relevant proficiency, double your proficiency bonus. That's amazing. Kobold Rogue. Let's go. Or even a monk. It still works because then you can pick up. Let me think. Get Tinker's Tools. Still, it's still kind of cool. Pack Tactics. Your nimble frame allows you to weave between your foes and friends. You have advantage on attack rolls against a creature if at least one of your allies within 5 feet of you and the ally is incapacitated. So, if you take Monk, you have advantage just like a rogue would. Or even if you are a rogue, you get advantage no matter what. Okay. But I mean, you still get your sneak attack, but you're going to be at advantage at all times. That's amazing. You know, common, one additional language. They usually choose Draconic. Okay. So that's the whole packet. I mean, there's more descriptive text in it. But I like this. This is pretty cool. I like what they've done with this. It gives that hero feeling for characters and that are made with these heritages and these cultures. So I'm kind of excited about that. I can't wait to get the my copies of the Tales of the Valiant. Anyway, have a good day, guys. Happy gaming. Enjoy your 4th. Please be careful with fireworks. Don't get burned. Watch the kids because kids are curious and sometimes they're going to want to put a firecracker in an anthole. I can neither confirm or deny that ever happened in my childhood. Have a good one. Bye.